Do you ever feel like you're stuck in your life? Well, we're going to talk about that today and some ways to get unstuck. So this was another topic that one of our subscribers asked about, and that is, what do you do if you feel like you're stuck in your life and you can't do the things that you want to do? So before we address the problem, let's look at that question and make sure that that question is even really what the problem is. Because what does it mean to be stuck in your life? Are we truly ever stuck? And if so, how are we stuck? Or what are we stuck from? Because the truth is, nothing ever stays the same. So everything or things are always changing, right? So if things are always changing, then how could we be stuck? So maybe it's a belief that I'm stuck in a certain place in my life. So it could be that I'm in high school and I feel like I'm stuck in high school and I can't move on with my life until I get out of high school. Well, is that a true statement? I think it would be important to ask then, well, what am I stuck from? Or what is it that I can't do while I'm in high school that I can do when I'm out of high school? And I don't know what that might be. Maybe I feel like I'm stuck in a job and I can't get out of the job. Well, is that belief true? Am I ever stuck in a job, or could I quit my job? Well, yeah, I could quit, but maybe the belief is, well, no, I can't quit because I need the money. Okay, so am I really stuck, or is it I just don't know how to change the situation that I'm in? So it's not that I'm stuck and there are no other options. What the real issue is that I just don't know what to do. So maybe I feel like I'm stuck because I don't have enough money. Maybe I don't have resources. Maybe I don't know the right people. Maybe I don't have the right knowledge or information. So any one of those things, once we identify the reason why we feel like we're stuck, now all of a sudden it gives us a place to start. Because if we have a belief that we are limited in what we can or can't do, then that's a paradigm that I believe is a false paradigm. And that paradigm is a paradigm of scarcity, and it's all about lack and living in a world where there's never enough. Well, there's another paradigm, which is the paradigm of abundance, which says that there is more than enough. And really the only time that there is ever a lack in our life is when there's a lack of knowledge or lack of information. So if that's the case though, then I'm still not stuck, because that tells me now what it is that I need to learn or what it is that I need to know in order to have or achieve whatever it is that I want to achieve. So the truth is, we live in a world that is abundant, that there is more than enough resources, there's more than enough money, there's more than enough time, there's more than enough whatever it is that we need, because everything that we need already exists. We just maybe don't know how to access it. So the lack would be up here in our knowledge. And if we lack in our knowledge, then we just need to begin asking better questions, because if we ask better questions, the subconscious part of our brain will go to work looking for answers. Maybe we need to open our mouth and we need to ask other people or tell other people what we're looking for, what we need, because maybe they know the answer or they know of a resource that exists, but because we're afraid to open our mouth, we don't do that. So that's one solution to feeling like we're stuck. The other is that sometimes we don't really know what it is that we want. So we feel like we're stuck, we feel like we're not going anywhere in our life, but the truth is we don't really know where we want to go. And so maybe we're bored, maybe we feel like there's no other options, but we've never spent the time figuring out exactly what it is that we want to do. One other thing that you can do is make sure that you get real clear on where it is that you want to go with your life. And it could be that maybe I do know where I want to go, but I don't feel like I can get there. I believe that there's only one way to get there, or maybe only a couple of ways to get there. And part of that is that, I can't get there until I graduate from high school because I need a high school diploma. It could be that there are multiple ways to get to where you want to go. Or maybe I do need my high school diploma, but there are other things that I could be doing or working on, information that I could be seeking out, skills that I could be developing, relationships that I could be building and facilitating. But because I'm so set and I think that, okay, the way for me to get from point A to point B is I need to go from here to here to here to here to here. Well, maybe there's a path that goes here and around and this way, and it will ultimately lead here and then on to somewhere else. So I need to be willing to open up my mind to question my beliefs and to ask myself the question of, why am I stuck, or how is it that I'm stuck? And be willing to consider that being stuck is a false belief. And so I need to be willing to let go of that belief, to maybe recognize there's no such thing as being stuck. And I start to ask myself better questions. I start to ask other people questions, seeking for more information. And it may be that doors appear and doors open where they weren't there before. So, what to do if you feel like you're stuck? Be willing to change your belief. Realize that there is no such thing as being stuck, and open yourself up to being willing to look at things differently and to accept or receive new information that may be different than the way you see things right now in your life. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, be sure and follow me here. If you want to know more about who we are and what we do, visit our website at principlebasedliving.com and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.